and welcome to Mlc Tv News Hour. My name is Mono Balagugu. First, the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari seeks House of Representatives approval on finance bill. KOGI government signs MOU with ONYX to construct 1,000 affordable housing units for indigenes. Fall matriculates 3,765 students, warns against cultism and other social vices. India reports first cases of new COVID variant, and now the news in details. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, has transmitted the Finance Bill 2021 to the National Assembly for consideration and passage to give legal backing to some of the proposals in the 2022 Appropriation Bill currently before the Parliament. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, read the cover letter on the bill at the plenary. According to the letter, the bill seeks to support the implementation of the 2022 federal budget of economic growth and sustainability by proposing key reforms to specific taxation, customs, excise, fiscal, and other relevant laws. The President said the proposal was aimed at enhancing domestic revenue mobilization efforts to increase tax and non-tax revenues, tax administration, and legislating drafting reforms, particularly to support the ongoing automation reforms by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Other objectives include to accelerate international taxation reforms, to enhance the taxation of non-resident individuals and companies that nevertheless derive profits from Nigeria. Buhari added that he trusts that this bill will be favorably considered by the National Assembly for passage into law so that it may provide fiscal support necessary for the implementation of the 2022 federal budget. The Deputy Governor of Kogi State, Edward Onoja, paid homage to the new Ata of Igala, Prince Matthew Opalua, bearing greetings from His Excellency Governor Yaya Bello. Chief Onoja arrived at the ancient palace of the Ata Igala in Ida, accompanied by top government functionaries, where he presented kola nuts to the Ata. He remarked that his visit to the Ata on the first day of December has a significant rooting, recalling an earlier private discussion between them which tapped primarily on the unity, development and prosperity of Igala land and Kogi State in general. He stated that the royal father's ascension bears all the telltales of a success story following the approval for the reconstruction of the Ida-Odolu-Enugu Road in his dawning days as Ata. Onoja appealed that the traditional ruler sustains the Igala culture and traditions as both priest and king, assuring him of his support and that of his principal, Governor Bello. Kogi State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with ONYX First Rises Limited, an international real estate firm, for the construction of 1,000 affordable housing units in the state. The government said more indigenes of the state will soon have an opportunity to become homeowners. The secretary to the state government, Ayode Arike Folashade, disclosed the government's vision during the signing of the documents with the representatives of the ONYX First Risers in Lokoja, the state capital. She described the scheme as a welcome development which will reduce housing deficits in the state, create employment opportunities, and yield other benefits. Our reporter Faith Abdul-Ghaffar has more.
The people of Kogi State in no distant stands have another phase of housing estates to reduce the pains of paying heavy house rents in the state, as Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello partnered with vibrant estate developers to erase 1,000 affordable housing units for the indigents. The secretary to the Kogi State government, Ayode Folashade, said that the state is unique in terms of availability of resources, adding that Governor Yaya Bello's huge investment in security is deliberate and is aiming at making the state conducive for people and investors.
Estates, I need to assure you that you're investing in the right place, because Kogi State is one of the safest in Nigeria. Despite the complexity of our location, God has been using the governor to keep us safe and sound to his glory. And I want to sincerely welcome you. We will be signing the agreements between Kogi State and ONYX First Risers Limited, and it's just for the provision of 1,000 units of affordable housing schemes in Kogi State. And we mean the word affordable. We wouldn't want a situation where we sign agreement and Kogi citizens won't be able to afford it. And I repeat, it has to be affordable.
The special advisor to the governor on economics, finance and investment, who is also the chief executive officer of Kogi State Investment Promotion Agency, KOSIP, Abdulkarim Siaka, says the government of Kogi State is committed to attract meaningful investments to the state, which will not only make living easier for the people, but also create employment opportunities.
We have housing needs. We have deficit of housing needs. That is why the government of His Excellency Alhaji Bello is interested in opening up housing estate within the state, not only restricted to Kogi State capital, everywhere in the state. In the next 22 months, you will see a minimum of 7 housing estates cut across the length and breadth of Kogi State.
The chairman of the ONYX First Risers, Ese Okagbari, commended the governor for providing a conducive environment for investment. He said the signing of the comprehensive agreement signaled the formal commencement of their partnership with the state government, adding that they will ensure that they meet up with their part of the agreement, which is to construct quality housing for the state. Okabari says the 1,000 housing estates will begin in January 2022.
Thank His Excellency, the Executive Governor, who gave this opportunity for us to come and invest in the state, considering the conducive investment environment, and also the technocrats put in place to work with us to facilitate and get this to this stage. This exercise was considered about 3 months ago, that's about 90 days ago in September, and today we betted with the signing of the agreement that springboard the construction and beginning of those housing units. To move forward, we have a time plan to go in and exit this first phase of the project, which is the 1,000 housing units for the first 2 years, but with moving to site fully at full capacity from January.
The government also signed MOU with E-Force Agri-Development Company, Russia-based firm, to invest in commercial-scale maize farming in Osara. This investment is projected to generate at least 5,000 jobs and improve the IGR of the state by over 1 billion naira. The MOU with Empron Industry Limited is targeted towards resuscitating the state fertilizer industry located in Ajakuta local government area. Faith Abdulgafar reporting for MLC TV.
The Kogi State representatives, led by the Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Asiwaju Idris Asiru, is in talks with the Lieutenant Governor of the state, Delaware, U.S., Dr. Bethany Holong, represented by the Deputy Governor, Edward Onoja, at a Zoom meeting, and he joins the delegates to explore areas of collaborations and opportunities for the economic development of the state. The Lieutenant Governor of Delaware, upon receiving Kogi State team, expressed satisfaction with the team, while lauding the Governor of Kogi State for taking such a giant stride towards the economic development of the state. The team, led by the Honorable Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Asiwaju Idris. All the team members on this visit includes the Commissioners for Health, Dr. Saka Haruna, Agriculture, David Akpe, Rural Development, Daniel Ejibu, Managing Director, CEO, Kogi Enterprise Development Agency, Keda Rekia Onaivo Sani, and Special Assistant to Governor on Intergovernmental Affairs, Medina Tanako, and Ambassador Aina Olusuji, alternate chairman of the Kogi State Economic Advisory Council. Earlier this year, the Delaware African Caribbean Coalition had visited Kogi State to assess the business opportunities in the state. The visit has necessitated the Kogi State government's delegation trip to Delaware, United States. The team will be expected to meet the expanded members of the DACC business leaders in the areas of health, education, entrepreneurship, agriculture, youth and empowerment, and other explorable sectors so as to provide the opportunities for the promotion of economic development of the state. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has approved the payment of earned academic allowance for staff of Prince Abubakar Audu University, Ayimba. Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Mario Tutenuchi, made this known while speaking with journalists shortly after presenting the 2022 budget estimate of the institution at the Assembly Complex in Lokoja. Tonuche, who described the approval as a welcome development, which has been a home of contention at federal universities across the country. According to her, promotion of staff of the university has been done and it has been cashed back, saying all courses in the school have been fully accredited by the National Universities Commission, NUC. Still watching MLC TV News, we'll be right back after the break.
MLC TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Thanks for staying with us. We're glad to have you back. The Federal University Lokoja Fall matriculated 3,765 new students into various faculties of an institution for the 2020-2021 academic session. Addressing the students, the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Olayemi Akinwumi, warned the new students against cultism, indecent dressing, examination malpractice, and other social vices that are inimical to their future, while also congratulating the matriculants for scaling through the hurdles of admission process, which brought them to the prestigious institution on merit. The Vice Chancellor averred that the ceremony was a stepping stone to their future and called on them to embrace the process with all seriousness that it deserves. The Vice Chancellor, who advised the students to always make the student's handbook their guide, urged them to always channel their complaints to the appropriate quarters instead of taking the law into their hands, and assured that the university will continue to live up to expectations, especially in the areas of welfare of the students. Highlight of the ceremony was the administration of oath on the matriculants. The Kogi State government has reinstated its commitment to put an end to gender-based violence in the state. The State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Fatima Kabiru Buba, disclosed this in Lokoja to mark the 2021 Days of Activism campaign against gender-based violence. Buba noted that the government has not relented to adequately protect women and the girl child, telling that anyone found guilty in inflicting violence against women will face the wrath of the law. The commissioner, who embarked on a roadshow alongside the secretary to the state government, Folashade Arikea Yuade, civil societies, non-governmental organizations such as Action Aid, PIPSEED, FIDA, Now Watch, Nigerian Girls Guide, Concerned Women Organization, thanked Governor Bello for giving women sense of belonging in the state. Bayelsa State Governor Dioye Diri, who returned from the oil spill site in Embe local government area of the state, described it as the worst he had seen in his lifetime. The OML 29 Well 1 platform, which is operated by Nigeria's indigenous oil firm ITO Exploration and Production Company Limited, has been spilling crude unabated into the Santa Barbara River of about 1 month. An estimated 2 million barrels of crude has reportedly been spilled into the river, polluting the flora and fauna of the area. Governor Diri said the continuous spillage has further endangered the lives of the people of Nembe, Bayelsa, and indeed Niger Delta, while assuring the people that appropriate measures will be taken to seek redress. He noted that the quest by all firms to make money will not be at the expense of the lives of the people. He expressed empathy with the Nembe people, whom he said have lost their means of livelihood due to the spill, while appreciating them for their peaceful disposition. To ameliorate the suffering of the people, the governor has directed the State Emergency Management Agency and the Ministry of Health to immediately provide relief materials and health care services to the people. The Division Officer DPO Fuga Divisional Command in Edo State CSP Shakaliu has regained freedom after 6 days in kidnappers' captivity. Aliyu was abducted last week Friday along Egenebode Auchi Old Road on his way to Fuga, his duty post. The Edo Police Command in the state, which confirmed the release of the DPO, said that no ransom was paid. The DPO was released by his abductors about 8 p.m. around a village called Imiegba in Asako West local government area of the state. The Fuga community, through its social-cultural group Fuga Progressive Union, FPU, mobilized human and material resources at its disposal, especially the local vigilante squad, which worked in collaboration with security agencies to ensure his safe rescue and freedom unhurt. You are still watching MLC TV News. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we've got news from the foreign and entertainment scene.
MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. And on to stories from the foreign scene. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights said on Wednesday that the country faces a multitude of challenges with severe impacts on a wide range of human rights of its people. She noted the landlocked West African nation faced the ongoing threat of violent extremism, climate change, and humanitarian crisis. But Michelle Bachelet also stressed the fact that her fact-finding mission was a testament to the state's openness, the promotion, and the protection of human rights in collaboration with the United Nations. And Islamist groups have killed hundreds of civilians there, as well as in Mali, Niger, while government security forces and pro-government militias have also killed terrorism suspects and civilians. Meanwhile, climate change is robbing farmers and herders of their livelihoods, sparking more conflicts and hindering access to water, food, healthcare, and education. Ms. Bachelet discussed the country's complex challenges with President Kabore's senior ministers, as well as the President of the National Assembly and others. She described the plight of people forced to flee their homes, leaving behind lives and livelihoods, while host communities share what little they have with internally displaced people. 2 men in the southern Indian state of Karnataka have tested positive for the Omicron coronavirus variant. One of them, a 66-year-old South African national, had traveled from there and has already left India, officials said. The second, a 46-year-old doctor in the southern Indian city of Bengaluru, has no travel history. These are the first of the new Omicron variant to be reported in India. All their primary contacts and secondary contacts have been traced and are being tested. According to an official release, 5 contacts of the 46-year-old man have tested positive so far. The patients have been isolated and their samples been sent for genome testing. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has warned that Europe could be returning to what he called the nightmare of military confrontation. At a European Security Conference in Sweden, Mr. Lavrov floated the idea of a new European Security Pact to try to stop NATO from expanding further east. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned of serious consequences if Russia sought conflict with Ukraine. The meeting comes as Russia boosts its military near Ukraine's border. Ukraine says Russia has amassed more than 90,000 troops there. Moscow denies it is preparing an attack on Ukraine and accuses Kiev of its own military buildup. And now to sports news. The KANO state government has unveiled a new technical advisor of KANO Pillars Football Club, Salisu Yusuf. Governor GANDUJE was represented by his deputy, Dr. Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna, at the elaborate ceremony held late Tuesday night at the Coronation Hall Government House in Kano. Salisu Yusuf is a former head coach of the Nigerian football team, Super Eagles. The governor mandated him to bring his wealth of experience to bear in developing the team into a continental heavyweight. Nick Wendwa has stepped aside as president of Football Kenya Federation (FKF) after being charged with multiple counts of fraud. In a letter to FKF's National Executive Committee members, Wendwa stated he was handing over the reins to Vice President Doris Petra because he felt personally targeted by his arrest and the subsequent charges, which he denies. In light of the frequent arrests and detentions which have adversely affected my family and personal business, and whilst I am confident I will be cleared of any wrongdoing in the end, I have asked my Vice President, Madam Doris Petra, to assume all functions of the AFK President, Wendwa wrote. My decision has been arrived at with the Federation's best interest at heart. And now on the entertainment scene, Marvin music star Rema has quashed his beef with DJ Neptune, whom he called out days ago on social media. Rema had called out Neptune for allegedly releasing a song without his permission. The Maven star, who had earlier disclosed that they've reconciled, took to his Instagram to share a photo of them together with the caption, "Greatness." DJ Neptune also shared the photo with the caption, "Edo boys, we stay wise. We're gonna keep winning for life." And celebrities have taken to their respective social media accounts to demand justice for Sylvester Oromoni, the 12-year-old boy who died in a hospital after allegedly being tortured by students for refusing to join their cult club. The accused students are alleged to have fled school after Sylvester named them before his death. Announced celebrities including Mercy Johnson, comedian Princess Lepashos Bosse, and Juwon are some of the celebrities calling on the school, Dowen College, to act by investigating the incident and coming up with answers. And that's our package today. Thanks for watching. Do remember you can call the numbers now displayed on your screen. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. I am Mlc Tv. To have a wonderful day.